Hi, I'm Lauren Stewart, and I'm an associate professor in the School of Civil and Environmental Engineering. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you for getting into Georgia Tech. We all know that it's extremely competitive and you've worked really hard, and it's no small feat, so congratulations. So when I was asked to speak, I had intended to tell you about all the ways that you were going to walk around campus and how you were going to find what resonates with you to help you make your decision. But unfortunately, many of you aren't going to get the opportunity to do that. So I thought I'd share with you how I made my decision to become a professor at Georgia Tech. So I was extremely fortunate in that I had, probably like many of you, many opportunities and multiple schools to consider. And I had the same concerns that I had as an undergrad, as when I was making my decision. I was nervous, excited, hoped that I'd make the right decision and find where I would fit in. But as I came to Georgia Tech for my second interview, there was two things that stuck out that I still remember even 8 years later that helped me make the decision. It realized that I found the place that I thought I fit in. So the first thing is, being from Southern California, I got to Atlanta and it was pouring rain, and they handed me a really large golf umbrella. And you would think with my 10 years of engineering college, I could have figured out how to open it. And immediately they started teasing me about it. And it was that good humor, lighthearted teasing that made me feel like I was around family, because nothing says my family like a good gentle prod. The second thing that happened on my interview was the person that was escorting me around said hi to literally everybody that he met. He knew the names of the facilities people who were tending to the trees around the building. He knew the names of the people serving the coffee at the coffee stands. He knew the names of nearly every student that he passed by. And just his general friendliness made me feel like this was a place that I wanted to work. So I made the decision and I came to Georgia Tech. And to be honest, I have one of the best jobs ever. And the thing that makes the job the best is the instances where I get to interact with students. So I get to interact with students in many different ways. The first way is probably what you would expect. I get to interact with students in the classroom. And depending on if you've read Georgia Tech Reddit sites, you've heard maybe of the rigor of the programs here. And yes, it's hard. The faculty push you. Because we want you to be great. And we do it in the most supportive environment possible. I have coffee hours with my students. I have students show up in my office hours and talk to me about their future career plans. It is the absolute best part of my day. The second thing that I get to do being a Georgia Tech professor is I get to teach a study abroad program. Every year I take between 20 and 30 undergrad students to London to learn about structural engineering. And just the same way you would maybe immerse yourself in a foreign language, we immerse ourselves in structural engineering. The percentage of Georgia Tech students that do study abroad is much higher than many other universities. And we feel like it's a really important part of the education, because not only do you learn about whatever you're learning about in an amazing environment, but you also learn how to work as a team, how to be a leader in a different environment. You learn about different cultures. My students have said that it's been the most rewarding experience of their career at Georgia Tech, and it's certainly one of mine. The last way that I get to interact with students is through undergraduate research. So my research is looking at how to make infrastructure safer from explosive events, meaning terrorist bombs or munitions. So in my lab, we're recreating blast environments, and we're trying to come up with ways to make the structure safe. And I've had many undergrads work in my lab to do research. One good thing about doing research is it lets you explore a passion that you may already have. Now, if you tell me your passion is bombs, it may be a red flag. But in many cases, it allows you to explore things that you're interested in and also maybe it potentially explore new areas. The great thing about research is it lets you think outside the box and it teaches you to think in a new way that's maybe different than just solving your general problem sets. So, those are just a few ways that I get to interact with students and a few ways that Georgia Tech has become my dream job. Again, I apologize for you not being able to come on campus, but I really hope that you choose Georgia Tech. And if you decide not to choose Georgia Tech, I wish you great success in your future academic career.